Yo, it's your boy Joe, man. And coming tapped in tonight, we're gonna talk about the co-pilots podcast. Greg couldn't be here tonight, so he might call in later, but we're gonna get the show rolling. So let's go. Yeah, man. Yo, it's your boy Joe. Tune in to another dope episode of the Co-Pilots podcast, man. Let me get close to the mic, man. I'm glad you guys tuning in. Got a new setup, man. So I had to come rep and come put out something for the tonight, man, on this dope occasion of the Co-Pilots podcast. Like I said again, man, Greg couldn't be in right now, man. He's on the road, he's doing his thing, truck driving. So I'm just gonna go and get off my notes of what we had planned for the show tonight. So let's get right into it. So let's talk NBA playoffs right now, man. And right now, the NBA playoffs for me, it's been very it's been very interesting. I think right now that a lot of fans you're starting to see in these NBA playoffs is a new guard. It's happening right before our eyes when it comes to the NBA playoffs. You're seeing a lot of these young guys like the Jalen Brunsons, the Tyrese Halliburtons, the Anthony Edwards. They kind of taking over right now, and I think you're starting to see the change in the guard. Some of our superstars that we like, guys like Steph, guys like LeBron, Luca. Not saying Luca. I think Luca's still a young guy, but he's still in it. But when you just look at it in the aspects of LeBron James and guys like Steph Curry, I think those days of them just dominating in those the conferences. I think those days might be coming to an end when you got these young superstars. They putting their stamp on the playoffs, man. And I think we got to start putting a little bit more respect on some of these guys. Guys like Tyrese Halliburton, who's doing his thing with the Pacers. Well, I think they play tonight. I think the game is just getting ready to get started. I think they're gonna punch their ticket first into the Eastern Conference Finals. But you look at a guy like Tyrese Halliburton. Last 2 years, he's gotten this guy in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, some people might say the Eastern Conference is a lot weaker, but I mean, you look at some of the young superstars that we have, and we have guys that they just haven't gotten back to that form. And we've been looking at guys like Ja Morant and um, guy thing down in New Orleans, Zion Williamson. Yeah, these are guys that came out that we thought would come in the league and do great things, and they've been in the league just as long as a guy like a Tyrese Halliburton. And this guy has gotten his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Look like I said, I think they're gonna win tonight. I don't think the Cavs has a chance in this series. I mean, they might win. If they do, I don't think it's going past six. But I'm gonna say they're gonna be the first ones to punch their ticket into the Eastern Conference Finals. And like I said, a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, man, uh, he's coming on, man. He's the next superstar, man. We got to start putting the superstar by it. And we call these guys names. That. He's doing his thing, man, and it's just we got to watch, see how these playoffs go on, man, and see if this guy can get it done. I also want to talk about, and I got to give a apology to my New York Knicks fans because I know that I put out a video last week or so about saying that the Boston Celtics was going to win both games in back home in New York, and I underestimated this New York Knicks team, man. I thought this New York Knicks team would fold like they've done in the past, but I mean, look, watching these guys play. I mean, in this series, man, they've really grown up, and they've really this team has a lot of fight in them, man. They don't give up. Every game they've been in outside of game five or game four, I'm sorry, they've been down. And for them to just, in this last game, you go down by 14 in the first half, come rallying back. This team is hungry this year, man. I think you're looking at a Pacers, New York Knicks finals, man. Jalen Brunson is a guy we got to talk about too, man. This guy's a superstar, man, and I mean he been doing this thing since Dallas when Luka was over there, and I don't think Luka really been right since Brunson left. You know, they had a nice little combination, but just looking at what he's doing with the Knicks, this guy's clutch. I know you know how some people that say he try to always draw the foul, he always looking for a foul, a bailout. But when it come time, man, this guy here, he makes the bucket after bucket, man. And that's something that I say again with some of these young guys that came into the league that's they haven't been doing, man. It's just good. It's a refreshing breath air to see we're getting some new faces starting to arrive in the NBA. And I think again, man, I think we're starting to see. I think this is the new NBA that we've been talking about, man. Now for face of the league. Is that, have we found the face of the league yet? I still think Anthony Edwards can be the face if he embraces it. But I think a guy like Jalen Brunson can be the face of the league. Tatum, I don't know why they won't make him the face. The guy is a winner. Marketability, I don't know. But, I mean, you're seeing now, man, that it's a new league now. But I'm getting sidetracked. And let's talk about the Pacers. And I think it's safe to say the Pacers and the Knicks are going to be Eastern Conference Finals. And I don't know when the last time that happened. Alexa, when was the last time the Knicks and the Pacers faced each other in the Eastern Conference Finals? Alexa, when is the last time the Pacers and the Knicks played each other in the Eastern Conference Finals? She couldn't help me with that. Let me look it up. But they have played in the East Conference Final. I want to say either in the late, like in the 90, I think 99, 98, 2000, somewhere in that range, they played each other. And so it'll be just like a good old 1990s type matchup. And some of the games in the playoffs so far has been some low scoring 90s game, give you nostalgic feeling of the league. So, I look at this next series going into the Eastern Conference Finals. Given my early predictions, man, I like the New York Knicks, man. I think this is the year the Knicks can make it to the finals and actually win it. You know what I'm saying? This is the year, man. I mean, it looked like the stars and everything has lined up for the New York Knicks to finally get another world championship, man. I mean, this is what the basketball gods, the New York Knicks fans have been waiting on. And I think this is the year they get it done. Man, you look at the remaining teams left in the playoffs, I think that the Knicks should be able to beat the Pacers easily. Now, it's not going to be a sweep or anything, but I think should be able to handle those. And when you just look at it on the Western Conference, man, you got a young team in Minnesota, which I think is going to be representing the Western Conference right now. I think Minnesota is going to be that team. And I'll talk about the Western Conference in a minute. But I just look at this is the year, man. I mean, this is the year. There's already a lot of talks out there that Jalen Brunson is the best New York Knick since Carmelo, or maybe be even better than Carmelo Anthony. And I don't want to say that, but I do like that he's more of a winner than Carmelo right now in the Knicks uniform. I'm gonna say that of what he's done with this team. But I think this the year, man. I think it happens, man. Tom Thibodeau finally, is going to get that ring. I mean, well, everything looks like he's gonna get that ring. Now it's still early, but the way everything's set up right now, man, I just think that this is the best time for the Knicks to get it. Um, but let's segue over to the Western Conference, man. You just look at the Western Conference right now, and again, man, look at what Anthony Edwards is doing right now in the Western Conference, and you just look at how he's just dominating all these giants, dog. Giants, LeBron and Luka in the first round, Steph, Draymond. That Golden State team who won some championships and he's doing his thing, man. I mean, it's being put on display right now, with this team, Minnesota, bro. And I just think Anthony Edwards just one thing about him is he embraces the competition. He embraces the he's not like a lot of these, and this is what I hate about the superstars in this generation of basketball. It's a lot of these guys, they want to be cool and they play ball together, AAU, and so not saying that they don't go at at these guys hard, but all I'm saying is that the level of just it feels like that competition level has somewhat has died because these guys are just a little bit too damn friendly, man. And I think from us guys that have been watching basketball for a long time, we're not used to that. But I mean, it's a new way, and we have to accept that. But I think it takes away from the game a little bit when everybody's all buddy buddy. When you look at the superstars, like I mentioned early on, that came into the league, like a Ja, like a Zion Williamson, I mean Damian Lillard. Let's look at some more guys. Let's look on the East Coast, on the Eastern Conference. Guys like um, Ben Simmons, Paul George, guys like uh, the guy from Embiid. You got all these guys, these new age guys that came in after the LeBron stuff, and we thought these guys would at some point start transcending and you start being their names being household names. Yeah, you guys are household names, but they're not in the sense of LeBron and stuff. They're not up on that plateau. And we thought we would see more of these young guys up on that plateau, and we just haven't. And now you're seeing guys that like Anthony Edwards, who are that's I think he's on that plateau now. Jalen Brunson, he's on that plateau now. Tyrese Halliburton, I'm gonna throw him on that plateau now for what he's done with the Pacers. I'm getting sidetracked, man. I wish my co-host was here, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep me right. You know what I'm saying? We can talk back and forth and have this banter. But back what I was talking about the uh with the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. This team, they're ready to go, and I just think that with the way the series set up, they're going to win in 5 games. Steph is going to come back. We know he's going to come back in Game 5. He's going to give what he can. That's what a leader do. He's going to give all. I don't think it'll be enough for them to win. They'll go out fighting, swinging, and Minnesota's going to end this series in 5 games. Now let's talk about the Denver and OKC series. Now that series might go 7 games. I mean, what I'm seeing in this series is both of these guys, coaches and teams, they're making adjustments, and it looks like OKC got to make the adjustment now. I'm sorry, Denver got to make the adjustment now. OKC made the adjustment. Now Denver got to make the adjustment. So these teams are going to keep making adjustments. Jokic, he's shown that he's every bit of MVP level and deserving. Now I know that Shea probably is going to get it this year, what he's doing with OKC, but Jokic's out there letting you know, like, hey, I was MVP for a reason, and I should be MVP this year too. Let it be known, but you know what I'm saying. That's another story for another debate. But I think this series is going to go 7 games, and I don't see Minnesota losing to any one of these teams. Only reason why, because the winner of this series is going to be, and this is just my theory. I think it's going to be a lot of wear and tear. When you look at Denver, these guys have played in 2 long series, played in a long series in the first game, Game 7, and this might be another possible Game 7. So go to back-to-back Game 7 series. You got a young team in Minnesota that's going to have fresh legs. I think they get the job done, and that's why I think, hence, they will go on and go to represent the Western Conference in the finals. Now, I say all that to say because last year, Anthony Edwards, when he made it to the Western Conference Finals, he was tired, man. You could tell, he had to go up against Kyrie and Luka. These guys had their legs up under him, and they was able to just kind of like, they won the series in 6, and I think they won in 5, I believe, 5 or 6. I think it was 5. But either way it go, Anthony Edwards had a few games in that series where you can clearly see that he was exhausted. He didn't have it all. Now that you get a little extra days to rest, And if this series goes 7 games like I think it's gonna go, I think the Minnesota Timberwolves will be ready to go for whoever they put up against in that Western Conference Finals. So that's why my two teams I'm picking. I'm picking Minnesota Timberwolves, and I'm picking the New York Knicks to represent in the NBA Finals. So those are my picks, man. So we're gonna stick on NBA, man. And if you guys want to join into the conversation, man, I'm gonna drop the link here in the post so you guys can, if you guys want to talk about any sports related topics, man, I'll go back and forth with y'all boys, man, and we can get it popping, man. So the link I just dropped the link in there, get in there, man. And let's talk some sports, man. So let's move it along, man. Well, let's talk about we're gonna stay on NBA, and we're gonna talk about Dallas got the #1 draft pick. And you got a lot of people across social media saying that the NBA is rigged and conspiracies and all this thing like that. And I know it looked funny, man, because I'm gonna pull up a picture here real quick. And when I saw this, I had to think to myself, like, man, this dude look kind of funny style, man. So when you look at this picture here, let me take this banner down. You see, in 2011, Chris Paul traded to the LA Clippers. 2012, New Orleans Pelicans. At the time, I think they were just becoming the Pelicans. They got the first pick. 7 years later, 2019, Anthony Davis traded to LA. The next year, Zion Williamson get it with the New Orleans Pelicans, the #1 pick. 2025, Lucas traded, which is like 6 years. It's about a 7-year gap. And then 2025, Dallas get the #1 pick. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, man, like this right here, this looks very funny, man. This looks very funny, very suspect, man. And to the common fan, this may turn them off with the NBA, man. I'm just gonna keep it a buck, man. Some fans might be turned off like this because you look at this and it's like every 7 years the fix is in. We got to keep an LA team relevant. That's what it's looking like, man. And if that's the case, man, come on, NBA, man. This is why the ratings you guys have don't do as well. You guys let the NFL take over the NBA on Christmas Day, something that you guys dominated for years as a kid. That I look forward to. That was my coming out party to start watching, basketball. You know what I'm saying? And you let the NFL take over that. This is not good, man. And you look at the teams that was slated to get him. A lot of people thought he was going to be in Utah. He was the perfect fit. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it was a match made in heaven. And to see none of the higher percentage guys that had the most ping pong balls in there didn't get him or didn't land that pick, it's just very alarming because when you look at the percentage of what Dallas had, they had less than 2% chance of getting the #1 pick, and they got it. Not saying, it's just like the lottery, like people get it, and I know that's what some people say, but it just don't look good. The optics of it don't look good. And again, you may turn off fans from this. Guys that don't like me, a guy that's a sports guy who loves sports, I'm gonna watch the NBA. But a guy that don't really watch NBA and they see stuff like this online and this and they see names. Oh, I know this name popular. This thing, it don't look good for the NBA now. I mean, they're gonna have to put something out, try to explain this. And I don't know if they've already done that already yet, but the opposite of this thing don't look good. But let's talk about the 3 picks though that was up there. When you look at the 3 picks, you got Dallas at #1, Philly, and I believe forget the 3rd pick. Let's see what the 3rd pick was. But anyway, and San Antonio, that's the 3rd pick. So those are your top 3 picks with San Antonio #2 and 76 3rd. Now, all these teams are pretty much stable basketball franchises, whether they're doing good or bad. They're stable basketball franchises, and the guys that had these more pinballs, guys like Utah, who's searching for a guy in Utah. They got the McCaven kid. He's great. He's good. But another somebody that's like a superstar that can really get eyes on. Somebody they ain't had that since Donovan Mitchell. Then you look at Charlotte. You know, a guy they just searching for somebody with like LaMelo Ball. He's good, but they ain't got that guy. That you know what I'm saying. So it's like, and these guys have more ping pong balls. So it's for me, I look at it as, man, this is a stain for the NBA. It's a big stain for the NBA because I don't know how you can do it because people own it now. They looking at it like, man, okay, really this happens every 7 years. Somebody like, come on, man, it just don't look good. So we're gonna segue into our last topic of the night. We're gonna talk about the mini NFL mini camps, man. A lot of mini camps on display this week. And most notably, Sheduer Sanders and the Gabriel battle. Now, there are reports out there that Sheduer Sanders looked good. Made all the throws. He looked good. Teammates, no one. It was a lot of positive waves out of Cleveland about Sheduer. But there was some negative. You know what I'm saying, about his camera crew and distractions. And I'm not going to talk about none of that stuff because none of that stuff matters because you got a ball. And if you ball, hey, they gonna put up with it. So I'm not gonna talk about that. But I think the biggest thing that I really do want to talk about when it comes to Sheduer Sanders is we gotta pump our brakes. Because I feel like as a black community, we're putting a lot of pressure on this kid to do well. And we just gotta take success whether he do well or if he don't do well in the NFL. NFL is a hard sport, and playing the position of quarterback in the NFL is a very hard job. You know what I'm saying? To transition from collegiate to pro. If it was easy, a lot you'll see a more successful quarterbacks do it in a more rapid, but you can't put all this pressure on him, man. And I know that we're hyped about the success that he had at the mini camps, but this ain't training camp. And when training camp come, it's gonna be something totally different. 11 on 11s, situations they're gonna put you in. And I'm rooting for Sheduer Sanders, man, because I think if you look at where he landed at, he landed in the best position because you can actually win this quarterback battle. It's a quarterback battle that you can actually win. And I think if you go anywhere else, if you would say you went to somewhere like somewhere like Baltimore, you were going to sit. You go somewhere like, Los Angeles, where they was speculated to go to, you probably was going to sit behind Geno for a year or two. So I think when you look at the situation with Sheduer Sanders, you got to like the fact that you got a chance to compete. You got the fact that you can possibly get on the field this year if you do well, man. So I think that was that. But let's just not talk about that, man, because I feel like we don't show enough love to Cam Ward, man. And there's been good waves out of Cam Ward coming out of training, out of mini camp that he has some familiarities with, Estevao Respo, and those guys look good. And I think that's going to actually pay dividends for Cam Ward with this Titans team, man. Having a guy that you played with, in college. You look at the success of what Jamar Chase and what Joe Burrow and boys had, playing at LSU together. And I think it's going to work well, with him playing in Tennessee at Restrepo. Now, he's coming into the AFC South, which is a winnable division. Let's keep it real. The AFC South is very winnable. You had C.J. Stroud win it 2 years in a row, and he was a rookie. So, I mean, I can see that, again, the Titans, Cam Ward can do well. I don't got them winning the division, but I will say that they can win more games than they won last year, and I think this team can be a hell of a lot competitive. The way he's been carrying himself as the franchise quarterback, things he's doing, it hasn't been nothing positive. And I think Cam Ward's going to do well this year. Now, I know a lot of people, scouts and like insiders, are maybe not really sold on him because it was such a weak quarterback draft for this class. But I think this guy can he can be solid, man. Got Warren Moon behind your back, a legend over there. So I'm pretty sure he got, he's getting the right, got stuff, information to help him become a successful quarterback in the league and be a successful quarterback for that franchise. So I just think, yeah, man, we don't talk enough about Cam Ward, but he had a great mini camp as well, and I think him once he gets into training camp, this guy's going to be clearly cut the starter. And I think he'll be week one starter anyway when you draft first overall. I think he will be week one starter. So we'll see what happens, man. So let's talk about the other Sanders kid, Shiloh. Shiloh, he actually signed a 3-year deal with the Tampa Bay Bucks. And the reports too as well with him, he was doing good out of training camp, on mini camp as well, man. So again, it's good to see all the Sanders kids do well in their mini camps, and I hope these guys have some successful NFL careers. Now, speaking of mini camps, man, you got a lot of Saints fans that are pissed off right now with the recent retiring of Derek Carr due to injuries. Left this Saints quarterback room wide open, man. You got Tyler Slock, Spencer Ratliff, and I forget the other kid. And I don't know, man, there are a lot of people like they should have drafted Sheduer, should have went in with a quarterback. I don't know, man. The Saints are in a world of hurt right now because you're going into you got a very inexperienced quarterback room. Now I know a lot of people probably look at the Browns quarterback room, but like, hey, they quarterback room just as bad. But if you look at what's in that Browns quarterback room and what's in that Saints quarterback room, there's a lot more experience in that Browns quarterback room than it is in that Saints. And I mean, man, with a new head coach, Ricky at that, he has a lot of things he's gonna have to figure out soon, man. Do you go sign for a veteran? There's reports that Sheduer Sanders might be in for a trade. They could hype him up at some time. So like I say, there's a lot of sources out there. I mean, Jameis Winston name's been thrown around as somebody that could possibly be a person that could come back to the New Orleans Saints. So it's just crazy in that situation, man. We already got NFL drama, and it ain't even September yet, man. And I think it's going to be more drama to follow, man, as these mini camps, OTAs, and things, and all these stuff start to happen now. And it's good time of the season, man, for me. Anytime when them guys get back out on the field, man. So that's what it is, man. So again, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show, man. But before I get up out of here, man, I want to talk about some arrivals and departures, man, and what I've been thinking, man. Again, man, one of my departures, man, is some of you motherfuckers on the internet, man. Some of you motherfuckers on the internet, y'all make conspiracy theories out of every fucking thing, man. I seen some shit before I came on today where they tried to tie Sheduer Sanders and NFL and Cooper Flag into cahoots together. I mean, some of the shit you guys come up with online, man, I don't understand it, man. It's two different leagues, bro. Yes, we just talked about what I think, my thoughts on about what I think the NBA is. So, but to try to say white supremacy and the man and all this, the Sheduer NBA, man, cut it out, man. I think some of you guys just be reaching for shit, man. So that's one of my departures, man. Arrivals this week again. The Sanders family, man. Both of these guys did well. Both of these guys signed deals to make it to the league, man. And also, man, before I get out here too, man, I just almost want to talk about my boy Travis Hunter, man. He's another arrival this week, man. Did well in mini camps this week. Raved about him. He did great, man. This guy's gonna make history. Me not being biased as a Jazz fan, but I think this guy could make history and play both positions. Now, I was against it when I first talked about it, and I'll be vocal. I was one of the people that was on the other side that was against Travis Hunter playing both sides. But the more and more I hear about what the raves about this kid coming up out of training, out of minicamp, how he speaks and how smart he is, I think that's the thing that makes me say, hey, this kid can play both sides because he has so much football IQ, and you don't really see that from somebody that early on in their careers, NFL careers, or just NFL football career. You know what I'm saying? So I think just his football IQ and just how smart of a kid he is off the field and on the field, I think he can play both sides of the ball just that alone. So I'm gonna give Travis Hunter as one of my rivals. Um, Another departure. You motherfuckers in Jacksonville, media people, whoever, nationwide, NFL pundits, whoever y'all is, that's been talking trash about Travis Hunter because the kid liked to dance, he liked to be his personality. And I'm glad that Lim Cohen is letting this kid be himself. Be yourself, dog. Let him be you because we can't keep brought up. That's been something for so many years. You know, that's what fucked up the last thing we had in Jacksonville with Tom Coughlin trying to keep people from being their personality and stuff like that. So I gotta say, man, uh, yeah, man, I like what you're doing, man. You haters, man. Let Travis be you, bro. So I'm saying I got else I gotta talk about, man. I don't think I got as much to talk about, man. So I think that's it for tonight, man. You know, I'm gonna drop this on the Spotify and all the other contents as well because the last two episodes, you know, we had some technical issues, but I think we got those resolved now. Some things we had to do. So be on the lookout. Drop this episode later on this week. You guys can listen to it for your enjoyments on Spotify and all the others, man. Man, check out all my socials down. They scrolling down below. And also, if you're an energy drink drinker, man, Doobie. Link is below, man. 10% off on your first order using the keyword co-pilots, man. It's your boy Joe, one half of the co-pilots podcast, first class media, man. Man, I love you guys, man. I thank you guys for all the love and support, man. Even if you come in for 1 second, 10 seconds, bro, I appreciate it all, man. The brand is growing, your boy growing, and big things coming up, man. Your boy is now an official journalist. So gonna be trying to get some dope interviews and give some more dope reports. And also check me out on Substack, man. I drop articles every week there on Co-Pilots on the Takeoff. So it's your boy Joe, one half for the Co-Pilots podcast, man. Y'all know I love sports, man. I love you guys. Peace.